start talking about two-step equations that have integers in them. So let's get right with it. Let's start with just reviewing a couple of our one-step equations that contain multiplication or division. So if I want to solve number 1, I would divide both sides by 4. To undo that, multiply by 4, and I would end up with x equals 6. On number 2, I'm multiplying by 2, so I'd have to divide by 2 to get that variable by itself. And 56 divided by 2 would be 28. So pretty straightforward there. On number 3, we've got negative 7 times x equals 77. So I would need to divide by negative 7 to undo multiplying by negative 7. And 77 divided by negative 7 is going to be negative 11. All right, and then the last one here, x over 5 equals 12. Well, we'll multiply both sides by 5. And 12 times 5 equals 60. So what that tells me is that 60 divided by 5 is 12, and that is indeed the case. So 4 quick answers that we were able to get using multiplication or division. All right, so when solving two-step equations, we're still isolating the variable, but we might have to undo an addition or a subtraction from both sides, and then undo a multiply or divide from both sides. Hence, we have 2 different steps we have to take care of. We remember what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side, and what we do to one side and the other side we're doing for the sole purpose of getting x by itself, or the variable by itself. So in this case, we're going to undo the multiplication or the addition or subtraction first, So we add 10 to both sides. And when we do that, we end up with 3x equals 24. So to finish that off, I have to do a division on both sides now. Divide both sides by 3. And I end up with a final answer of x equals 8. All right, keep moving. 5x plus 24 equals negative 36. To solve this one, we are going to subtract 24 from both sides, minus 24 from both sides like that. We end up with 5x equals, and then since you've got negative 36 minus 24, you're going to end up with negative 56, 57, so negative 60 on that one. And when you divide the negative 60 by 5 on our second step, we end up with x equals negative 12. All right, move on to another one. Oh, this one's a little bit different. They've kind of swapped the sides where the variable is. It's now on the right side, so we're going to have to work from this side and do something to both sides. So we subtract 2 to undo plussing 2 here. 17 minus 2 is 15, which is a nice number because all we have left on the right side is 3x. And so we divide 15 by 3 and divide 3 by 3, and we end up with 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we have 1x equals 5. All right, I kind of like these. These don't look too hard to me. So let's try another one. This one, whenever you have x by itself or a variable by itself, with a minus sign or a plus sign, it doesn't matter. You always assume that there is a number 1 there if there's no other number. That'll help us on our last step. So on this particular equation, we have to start by moving this 8. And in order to move the 8 or get rid of it, we have to subtract it off because it's a positive. So that cancels and it becomes 0 over here. Here we subtract 8. So we end up with negative 1x equals 12 minus 8, which is 4. And then to solve this off, we divide both sides by negative 1. And we end up with 4 divided by negative 1, which is x equals negative 4. Very nice. Okay, we only have a couple more. Let's see. Oh, 3 more to go. We better hurry. Okay. Let's look at this one. We're going to add 5 to both sides. So as you can see, it's pretty much automatic. Whatever we are subtracting, we're going to add. Whatever we're adding, we're going to subtract. So we end up with negative 1x, remember that 1 in front of the variable, is equal to 11 plus 5, which is 16. Now if I divide both sides by negative 1, I end up with x equals negative 16. That's your final answer. Okay, the next one. Here we have subtraction and a division. So in order to undo the subtraction, we're going to add that 2 to both sides, thus eliminating it from this side. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. And we're on the left side, we're left with x over 3. Like that. And now we multiply both sides by 3. Multiplied by 3, so we end up with x equals negative 6. Pretty straightforward. And our last example problem, another one that's a little bit rearranged or mixed up, but we've got a minus 5 out front. To undo minusing 5, we add 5. And we do what we do to one side, we got to do it to both sides. So negative 5 plus 5 is 0. We're left with r over 4 equals negative 3 plus 5 is 2. And now we multiply both sides by 4. And our final answer is r equals 8. Very nice. Okay, so your assignment today is the two-step equations with integers. Alex assignment. On our next assignment, we will do one that has rational numbers in it, but save that one for next time. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later.